Good day. This is Sir Kaya Redford with the incredible Global Business Network. We're broadcasting this over 30 countries worldwide, and I have two incredibly powerful ladies to share with you today and their insights on success, triumph over adversity, and what they can do for you as an entrepreneur, as a leader, as an influencer, as a salesperson for you to level up and succeed even more. First, I'd like to introduce the incredible Dagmar Fleming. How are you today?
Fabulous. Thank you so much for inviting me here.
She is a coach, she is a healer, she's a published author, and she really has a program around unlocking your success. So I'm definitely going to be learning some great things from you today, and I know all of us are. And next, we have the incredible Lady Hua Wen. She is not only a doctor, she's a philanthropist, she's a mentor to so many people, and she's an investor who is managing over $600 million network of portfolio. So congratulations on your success.
Thank you, Sir Kai, for having me on.
So ladies, so Dagmar, what would you say is or has been a turning point in your life, a quantum leap moment, a breakthrough that you went through that has put you in the position of being a mentor to so many people today?
Well, when you look at me, you probably would not think, but I spent 20 years in global business development, selling cranes, tractors, and big aggregate processing machinery. But back in 2010, through this flash of inspiration, I realized that there is so much more to our potential if we just allow ourselves to step into all the innate gifts that we have. And in that moment, I developed a process called the triple quantum reset that really reset me for the rest of my life. And what I do now is I made a pivot in my career and started working with entrepreneurs, visionaries, and illuminaries that really want to have their impact in the world.
Triple quantum reset. That is incredible.
Trifecta.
Trifecta. I know that we are very curious about learning what that is, and we'll definitely learn about that in just a moment. And Dr. Hua, yourself, what was a turning point? I know that you have an incredible story that people are so touched by and so moved by. Please do share.
I was born in the Philippines in the refugee camp, came to the United States when I was about 8.5 years old. But, you know, the adversity, the ability to adapt. I've been to 18 different schools. So I've been all around the world, and those life experiences and living and growing up in a little $3,000 trailer was really something that ignited my passion to be able to do better. But you know what? We live in a country of freedom, and we have so many opportunities. And even though I lived in a little trailer in the projects of New Orleans, I had big dreams. I had huge vision, and I wanted to so much take care of my mom. And my dad passed at a young age. And, you know, that was my goal at the time. And as I grew, my goal and vision kept getting bigger and changing. But I wanted to find ways to really create an impact while I was here, while we're still here, to create a ripple effect. And that's something my parents taught me at a very young age. You don't have to have much to create a positive impact.
This is so powerful, especially with two very much empowered women leaders. And especially in today's world, so many people are struggling, the economy, people are stressed. And, you know, how do you create something from nothing? How do you start with absolute nothing? And you can create the life of your dreams, and you're a testament to that. And I know that you mentor so many people in that way. Mm-hmm. Dagmar, when we come back to you with the trifecta, what would be, in maybe about a minute or so, what would be a way for someone to learn a little bit about that? And what exactly is that?
What I realized is that when we struggle, when we get stuck in business or in life, often we try to use various personal development techniques like meditation, or perhaps you go to a mindset expert. But what most people don't realize is that it's the emotional attachment to what happened to us in the past, that negative experience that you had, perhaps the first time you lost your job, or even back to childhood, you recited a poem in front of a classroom and other kids were laughing at you. And today you're afraid to be a speaker because you remember that memory of shame and guilt when others were not appreciating what you were doing. So unless we get to the core emotional attachment to what happened to you, we will just perpetuate the problem. So the triple quantum reset is designed to get to the core emotional problem, the way you are reliving that story and releasing that, therefore priming your subconscious mind for new concept, new self-perception, and only then you're ready to take massive inspired action. So it resets you on all levels of your consciousness.
I have had a huge experience with that myself, having gone through a lot of things in my past. And one of the powerful techniques that I'm sure you're using, or things like that, is timeline therapy and neuroscience. And it's really amazing how we can literally heal the past, like you do for people, and create your future by design. That's absolutely incredible. I so love the work you're doing, and the world really definitely does need to heal. So Dr. Hua, for you, what would be something, because most people think success is very challenging, very difficult. 95% of companies fail in the first 5 years. Those that even make it past the first 5 years, 95% of them fail in the next 5 years. For you, how did you break through that mindset? And how do you mentor other women and men and everybody to do the same?
It's a great question, because even when I was really young, I read a book called A Man's Search for Meaning, 5th grade, right? This is by Viktor Frankl. And I state that because it's about perspective. And it's about always having gratitude and utilizing that pain, or whatever you're going through. We all suffer. We all go through pain. But how do we utilize that to fuel and go forward? So it coincides your self-development. And I love how you talk about the subconscious and how you heal from the inside and how you tell that story. It's the same story. We could all live that same story, and I could interpret it and utilize that same event and situation. And that's important in business, because the chokehold of most businesses is the leader. And it's the person inside. And so the self-development, your gratitude, your perspective, all goes hand in hand in how you run teams and how you run your business. It's a work culture. So it's such a relationship business. In any business that you're in, it's so relationship, but it starts from the inner side. You cannot help someone else on the outer world if you cannot heal the inner world. And so that's so important. And it goes back. The subconscious mind feeds you 80 to 90% negative things. And a lot of that stems from the past. I'm always in a journey of improving myself. And I think every leader in whatever business you're in, you constantly have to have someone that helps. I am not afraid to ask for help, right? And so to know that I put my ego down, if there's an area of my life that I know I need to improve, or I have a mentor, I have many mentors, right? And so that's something that I encourage people to have, is you have to constantly work on your inner world, program subconsciously positive things, and find people who are living a life that you see as what we call a success. Success comes in all different forms. What is success for you? But businesses, whether it's a small business or a large business, it is about relationship. It's about work culture. It's about systems. It's about automation. It's about feeling gratitude and elevating and having a unity in mission, right?
I know you want to hear so much more from these two powerful, incredible leaders. And if you don't mind just sharing with us, how do people reach out to you? How can they maybe get plugged into your world, be mentored by you?
Visit dagmarfleming.com, and there are plenty of free resources for you to get to the next level, whatever it is that you desire.
And for mine, if you can go on my website, BeTheOne23.com, because I want you to be the one to make that change in your life.
Well, certainly this is an incredible interview. Thank you for tuning in. You might find me at Top Producers Global. And these are two ladies that represent that more than anybody else I know. And together, all of us, we can level up and have our best year ever. We will see you soon. Sir Kai and Redford here with the Global Business Network. We are broadcasting to over 30 countries worldwide. And congratulations for being here with us today, because I'm about to introduce you to two powerhouses. First, I'd like to introduce you to the woman that has literally created a lot of these magazines. She's published over 4 magazines. She helps highlight business leaders and their expertise. She's also deaf. So she literally has triumphed over that adversity. And if you see her looking at her phone throughout the interview, she's literally paying attention to a transcription software where she can actually hear what I'm saying. I'm so excited to have a chat with you. How are you?
Yeah.
Heidi D'Angelo, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
That's amazing. And I'd also like to introduce you to another powerful leader. His name is Brian Galkey. And he is a person that has transitioned from introvert to introvert to extrovert. He's also the founder of Subtle Skills. And he went from being at a help desk to literally becoming the regional vice president with a big company that does over $40 million in book and business. And both of you are powerhouses. Welcome to the Global Business Network.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you.
So Heidi, please do share, if you don't mind. You are accomplishing so much more than people that have all the things and all the resources, and you've had to overcome this adversity. If you don't mind, share with us, what was your turning point? What was your breakthrough? What was your quantum leap to who you are and the magnificent things you're doing today?
Okay. And first of all, I started off with working with Vogue and Cosmopolitan magazine. And then a lot of people love my work, my design. And when people keep pushing me, I want to start my own magazine company. I'm like, I don't know. And then one of my friends, she kind of gave me a kick in my butt. She gave me my first client. And everybody started loving my magazine, and that kind of grew so fast, over 50,000 viewers overnight. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'll start doing it. Then afterward, I started getting more popularity. It became 1 million viewers. Then I started getting more and more doctors becoming on Influential People magazine. Then I decided to branch off and start Influential Doctor magazine. And then also during that same time, I had International Fitness Fashion magazine. So a lot of people love my work, and still my network, everything keeps growing. I also used to be a speaker from 2006 to 2014. So I kind of used my networking people from there pretty into my magazine company.
That is absolutely incredible. So you can see the first magazine I was sharing with you, and these other two as well. That is incredible. You have 1 million+ subscribers of your magazines. And you know, it would be fantastic for you to share later in the show, what is your secrets to success? Because that's just incredible. And Brian,
Yes.
you know, your ability to go from, you know, introvert to extrovert, and your ability to create such a success in your life. And I know that you're helping other people. Please do share, what was your turning point, your breakthrough moment, your quantum leap?
Mine was a fluke circumstance. So I met my mentor. A friend came into town. She said, let's go to dinner. I show up at the restaurant. She didn't show up. She said, no, come meet this guy at the trade show. I thought, I'm not going to go over there. And she said, well, what? I said, why do I need to meet this guy? She goes, he reads faces. I go, oh yeah, let me rush over there for that one. And I was very skeptical. So I went to go over there and destroy this guy. I thought, you know what? This guy's a fraud. I've never heard of things. He's probably say Barnum statements, these things that apply to everyone. So I went over there with a grudge. I was going to get this guy, right? And I went over there, and he was just a warm person. And he won me over immediately. I thought, okay, well, let's see. And we sat down at dinner, and he read everyone at the table to a T, including me. And I was instantly like, okay. So I started studying with him. I'd drive from here in Dallas to Fort Worth twice a month for 2 hours at a time to study in a group setting. And it was a skill that changed my life. And it helped me go from an introvert on the help desk to a regional vice president of sales with a $40 million book of business. Because when I learned to focus on other people, I got out of the prison of my own mind that introverts live in. And I started learning how to build relationships and rapport with other people.
That is huge. I think for many people, they're very confused about knowing and understanding themselves, knowing and understanding other people.
Yes.
So having that ability where you can meet someone and have a lot of, insights into them, and then being able to build that relationship. We're definitely going to get into that. I'd love to hear what your secrets are, at least on the basic level that people at home can actually do. Now, Heidi, I know that you had shared about your tremendous success in overcoming your adversity. What would you say are maybe the one or two top secrets that you have that has made you into this publishing mogul, taking over the world in your business?
Well, my number one, I really wanted to spread positivity news out to the world. And I wanted to feature a lot of people who are influential, who are making an impact on people's life. But when people see that, it kind of magnetic attraction, like, okay, I want to be out there. And there's so many, what you call, unsung heroes. There's so many heroes out there, but they're not known. So that's why I want to bring them out to the world. And my success is through that, because what people see, that I use a lot of techniques that with Bill Ross, he talked about last night, about all the media outlets. So I became like a media outlet source for other people where I can do the work for them. And that's another way of my success, but there's so many things along the way. Even though you can do things that doesn't have to cost you that much money, but you always find ways using God in everything.
Using God in everything, yes. And I love that. Using God, some might say the universe, source, love, whatever it is for you at home, a higher power, a higher creator. And Brian, for you, I know that we have maybe about a minute or so, but what would you say is a simple skill set that can help someone be better in communication and understanding others?
Learning to look at other people and not just think about the things the way you want to say it. So for example, I'm very visual. So I say things like, do you see where I'm coming from? Picture this. But people are either visual, auditory, or kinesthetic. So if they have large eyes, they're visual. You can say things like, hey, do you see where I'm coming from? If they have large ears and smaller eyes, they're auditory. So you can say things like, hey, do you hear where I'm coming from? Does this sound like a good idea? Or if they're kinesthetic, you can say, like, once we hit the ground running, let's get moving on this. This is how you learn to speak everyone's language and not just your own.
Brian, how do people get a hold of you so they can learn more from you?
It's subtleskills.com, but nobody can spell subtle skills. So you can go to getthecheatsheet.com and it'll take you to my website as well.
And Heidi, how do people get in touch with you as well?
Okay, I would say pretty much my website, influentialpeoplenews.com.
Amazing. You can find me also, Kaya Redford, on Top Producers Global. Thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Sir Kaya Redford here with the incredible Global Business Network. We are broadcasting this to over 30 countries worldwide, and I am in the presence of two powerhouses, boss ladies that are doing exceptional things in the world. First, I'd like to introduce you to the amazing Aoife Roach.
Hi, Kaya. Thank you for having me.
And then also Lori McNeil.
Thank you so much. Nice to be here.
What I love about Lori McNeil is that she has been in media over 500 times, almost every single year. She also is a media branding and marketing expert. She's also the recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award, not by just one U.S. president, but two U.S. presidents. And if we could just start with you. So Lori, what makes you so passionate about what you do for people?
I love helping people get from wherever they are to where they want to be, and really tapping into that uniqueness of who they are and the problems that only they can solve in the world. There's so many people out there that don't fully understand that who they are and all their unique internal tools in their toolbox help them solve external problems in only a way that they can. So part of that is mindset mixed with skill and the right strategies, and literally anybody can be unstoppable.
That's incredible. Mm-hmm. And the next incredibly powerful leader is literally changing the landscape of anybody in business. She is an expert at not only LinkedIn, she helps entrepreneurs, leaders, influencers, salespeople, business owners get to the top 1% in LinkedIn and create massive amounts of revenue in promoting their brand. And the second thing she does is she's an expert with AI. So we've been hearing about it, and this woman is literally able to meet you and create an avatar of you and able to help you market yourself times 10,000. You know, we talk about 10x. This woman will help you 10,000x your life. This is Aoife. Congratulations on all your success, Aoife. Share with us, please, why you do what you do.
Yeah, so, well, there's one word that I want to give everyone, and to feed on what Laurie said, visibility. Every business owner needs more visibility. So why I do what I do and what I do what I do is because I realize there are so many great entrepreneurs out there, but they have become the best kept secrets because everything is moving to a mobile device. Where you had the idea that you were going to get referrals and that's how it was going to work. That model is changing. So as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you need to be omnipresent across all of the different social media platforms. There's Facebook, Instagram, Google, TikTok, Twitch, you name it, LinkedIn, all of them. But where I come in and what I help people to do is to, one, understand that if you keep going and not having the visibility that you need in your business, you are going to hit a problem. But two, telling someone they need visibility and showing them how to get visibility. So we use advanced AI strategies and that to help people to be able to spend less time creating the content and more time dealing with the customers. And that's what I do because, you know, I feed off my clients' results. Their results are my results. I actually get more satisfaction from theirs than I do from mine. So I'm watching them grow and watching them realize, you know, what they're capable of.
That is absolutely so powerful. And I know we have just maybe about a couple minutes left. If you don't mind, please share what is a result that you can literally guarantee that someone's going to get. You promise they're going to get this result by working with you. And then also, how can people reach you?
I love helping people understand the trifecta of the importance of using branding, media, and marketing as their overall foundation for building their business strategy from the very beginning. And when you understand that your mindset shifts entirely on how you even approach those three things that make that process so powerful. So once your mindset has been shifted, then you understand typography, colors, overall branding, the overall strategy of how those things fit together, which are absolutely an amazing combination of results that you will immediately start to see in all aspects of your life and business when it comes to media, branding, and marketing, because a lot of people don't even understand the psychology behind some of the decisions that they're making, some of the strategies that they're implementing or not implementing, and why certain things are better for their business to not only impact more people, but increase more sales.
That's
and LaurieMcNeil.com is the best place to learn more about me.
Isn't she amazing? Laurie McNeil. Absolutely. And fantastic. And Aoife, what is a result that you know that you can get people to, and then how do people reach you?
Well, I think the easiest one for me at the moment is I know I can create a digital double of you. 100%. Like we did a poll on my Instagram during the week with an avatar and me side by side. 80% of the audience got it wrong. They thought the avatar was the real me. So I know that I can create a digital double, so I can massively help anyone create content at scale with just a 2-minute video. That's where we're moving. So we got to get your avatar done, Kaya, and yours, Laurie.
By the way, you know, no surprise, I'm hiring both these women because, you know, we want to do more. We want to be more. And, you know, our most precious resource in life is time. And if these two powerhouse ladies can actually help you collapse time and get to where you want to be because you have tremendous gifts that you want to share with the world, that's huge. So Aoife, how do people get a hold of you?
Yeah, so you can go on my website, which is the business website, which is attentiongrabbersusa.com. That's www.attentiongrabbersusa.com, and you should be able to reach out to my team directly.
Fantastic. And I am Sir Kai Redford, your host of today's show. And if you would like to reach me, we are literally doing incredible interviews with leaders like this on the Global Business Network. We also have another TV show called Top Leaders Forum, which we interview celebrities, game changers in the world. If you want more information about that or to attend some free live events to level up your life, please text the word TOP, T-O-P, to 26786. Again, text the word TOP, T-O-P, to 26786. And you can also find us online on topproducersglobal.com. See you soon.